Stillwell Avenue, that's going to be today's walk. We are in Coney Island. We are just right up against that boardwalk right there. Did I just say boardwalk? Boardwalk. How's that? It's cold and extremely windy. Extremely windy, like dangerous windy. Winds are gusting at 40 to 45 miles an hour today. So I'll definitely be watching for loose tree limbs and stuff like that. We're going to be walking the complete distance of... Well, let's look up at that. The complete distance of... Oh, look. That'll make you get dizzy, right? The complete distance of Stillwell Avenue. Yeah, I'll turn around here, give you guys a look. It is a very windy and cold day today. It's only 35, but the wind chill makes it feel like it is 20. And yes, in case you're wondering, today is not a day you want to go into the beach water. As a matter of fact, I think it was warmer on New Year's Day when they did the polar bear plunge. I can't even speak. That's how cold it is. My face is stiff. So it's very hard for me to pronounce words. I'm trying to like move my lips and everything. I can't even move. Looks like everyone's jumping in this car. As you can see, everything is closed. White Castle is open. So if you want to get some murder burgers, and Nathan's is open. I just actually had some fries. I got like a large order of fries and a soda, and it was like highway robbery. It was like $10 just for fries and a soda. And that's right here, the good old original Nathan's. Now you can tell it's windy when you see traffic lights dancing around. And you can see that flag there on top of the Stillwell Avenue train station. It is moving around. You can see the signs, the Surf Avenue and the Stillwell Avenue traffic sign over there across, blowing around. So it's definitely a very windy day today. What we'll do, we'll walk through the train station and we'll come back out. There you go. This is Stillwell Avenue. This is the last stop for 4 major lines. You've got the D, the F, the N, and the Q. Over here you have Police Transit District number 34, a police precinct. It's a transit precinct down here. And yes, unfortunately, this is where the incident happened, where that poor homeless woman was burned to death by the migrant. And that happens up on the F train platform. We're coming back out. And what we'll do is we'll get back across the street And we'll start the walk again on Stillwell Avenue. So Stillwell Avenue is 2.5 miles long, and we're going to do the entire length of Stillwell Avenue. It started back there at the boardwalk. People like to say it officially starts at Surf Avenue, but it starts, back at the boardwalk over there. And it's going to end at Bay Parkway. This right here is the B64 bus. Little history about the B64. The B64 actually replaces the old trolley route that used to come through here. Up there, that first platform there for the D train is the West End line. West End line is one of the oldest lines in the New York City subway system. But you also had the trolleys that used to come through here. Of course, eventually they got rid of the trolleys, but the B64 replaced the trolley line that used to run along 4th and down Bath Avenue. We're going to be walking in the winds for the whole walk, so it's definitely going to be a journey for me. Probably going to be walking a very good fast clip. This is Neptune Avenue, which this is one of those avenues where you want to get across before the light changes. So let's see if I can make it. Here's the countdown, guys. I should be able to make it across. So now that we're kind of getting away from the beach area, we're going to be heading through this area, which is mostly auto garages. So for a while, from this point on, we're going to be walking really past nothing but, you'll see some auto shops. There's really nothing much down here. Right here to my left, there's some old properties. You see these old homes that are far back from the sidewalk. In case anyone's wondering, Stillwell Avenue is named after an early settler by the name of Nicholas Stillwell. Nicholas Stillwell, who lived in the 1600s. I believe he was either 69 or 70 years old when he passed away. Don't quote me on that. You'll have to look it up. I can't remember. But he was a farmer. He had a farm in the area. And he ends up being the very first in a line of prominent people in the Stillwell family. And eventually, Stillwell Avenue was created. Now that's something I don't know. I think it was the 1800s, somewhere in the 1800s. You know, you guys can do your own research. I encourage everybody to do research. Always research something when you don't know about it. Then you become the smart one when people ask questions. You'll have the answer. This is one of those walks where when you're finished, it doesn't feel like you walked 2.5 miles. It could sometimes feel like you walked more than that, and that's because of, you know, as you can see, we're walking and there's really not a lot of stuff in the first part of the walk to see. Three neighborhoods: Coney Island, Gravesend, and Bensonhurst. We're actually crossing the Coney Island Creek right now. And this will get us into Gravesend. And I mentioned Bensonhurst. We're gonna end the walk at Bensonhurst. That's pretty much where the Bensonhurst part of Stillwell Avenue is over at Bay Parkway. So this is the Belt Parkway above us. So now we are officially in the neighborhood of Gravesend for pretty much the rest of the walk. And then Bay Parkway, like I said, is where the border for Bensonhurst is, the southern border for Bensonhurst. Southern or eastern, whichever way you want to look at it. It's kind of weird when you look at it on a map, but goes the D train. I think we saw that train leaving the station when we were crossing Neptune Avenue. Got the Sleep Inn, I guess it's a hotel or a motel. This right here is Avenue Z. The last letter in the alphabet. So yeah, today I decided to do a walk on probably one of the coldest days of the year. It is freezing out, I ain't gonna lie. Look at these homes. These two, they just look so out of place. But that's how the homes looked on Stillwell Avenue back in the old days. It was really just a lot of farmland and spaced out housing before development started for the rest of the stuff you see around here. There goes the train. Now it's a weekend, so you know we always have a lot of trains that get realigned. So I believe that train might not even be the D train. That might be like an N train. I'll tell you in a second. I'm looking. Yeah, it's an N. That's an N train. So on the weekends we get a lot of realignments when they do construction. So today the D train is not running all the way into the. It runs from Coney to West 4th today. So then when you get to West 4th Street, you got to get on another train just to keep going into the city. And the N line, as you saw, that was an N train, is running over the D line today. They're probably doing some kind of like, you know, track work, maintenance. This happens every weekend. You got to be very careful when you take a train in New York on the weekend. You have to, and I get into a habit of doing this even if I'm not taking the train today, because you never know, I might need to take the train. Please check the MTA website to see what's going on. And so this morning when I checked, I saw that pretty much a lot of the trains are running on all the different lines. And this is Haraway Avenue. We have walked this before. It's a short distance. It'll run you into Cropsey Avenue. We are passing right underneath the Bay 50 train station. This guy's gonna turn, so I'm gonna wait. All right, so now we are in the area that'll get a little bit more busier now as we head towards 86th Street. Yesterday's walk we did Benson Avenue, so we'll be passing by that. Pretty much all of the couple of the name avenues terminate down here. You have Bath Avenue, we passed Haraway, and you get Benson, Bath, and Harway terminate down here, as do a lot of these Bay streets. This right here is Bay 49, so Stillwell Avenue just pretty much terminates a lot of big roads in the Bath Beach section. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cross over. Now there's a home right over here on my right that used to be really run down, and they recently fixed it up a bit. Not this one here, the next one. This one right here, this brick one. You go back to my older videos when I walked down here, this was a abandoned, run-down building. Looks like they did some work and they restored it. I don't know if anybody's living in it though. It definitely looks a lot better than it did years ago. By the way, I just noticed that my microphone went out. Let's see if I can get it back on. All right, it's back on. Maybe we'll do that in this walk. We'll see if I could keep this microphone on. I do have to replace it. There's definitely issues with it. We are walking right next to the Marlboro Houses. This is one of those days nobody is out, everyone's inside. See this big tree limb I'm passing by right now on my left? That's the kind of stuff that could fall on you and kill you. That tree limb could kill you. That's the type of stuff you gotta look out for when you're walking on a windy day. We're crossing Avenue V right now. And that right there is Benson Avenue. If you remember, we did yesterday's walk. That's where we started. Looks like you got some people playing soccer here. So I was saying earlier, my wireless mic went out once again, so you're probably going to hear some winds in the microphones. I honestly do not think that the microphone is the issue. I think it is the unit on the camera. So let me explain this. So on the camera I have, when you buy it's a DJI Pocket 2. When you buy that camera, it's actually very tiny, but then there's this extra piece that you clip on. It's like extra battery power, but it's also the receiver for the mic. I think that unit is what's the problem. I don't think it's the mic. Because what I do notice is that the battery life on the camera doesn't last that long. Doesn't last as long as it used to. Which tells me that the extra unit is not, it's just not able to put out that type of power anymore. So I guess what's happening is as the unit dies, it's no longer receiving the signal from the mic. And I am due an upgrade anyway. I've been using this camera for 2 years now, so this is going to become my backup when I buy the new one. Here goes 86th Street. Oh, I'm going to have to run. This used to be the old Nathan's, if you remember back in the day. I believe it, at one time, it was even a White Castle. It was also a Nathan's. You got John's Deli here. So this was a big place when you came out for lunch at Lafayette High School. Looks like they're doing some work here, so they got the scaffolding, but we used to come here and get our sandwiches. In the summertime, they put tables out so you could sit and eat. And just 3 doors down, they have a Subway. Here we are crossing Avenue T. So we're almost done with this walk. So Bay Parkway is not that far away. I would say we got another 10 minutes of walking to go. Here goes Food Town. This used to be the local Staples. I'm gonna walk right through this flag. This is where everybody recycles. You can see everybody's recycling their stuff. Now, I haven't been talking about the other side of Stillwell when you get down here is really where all the cross streets end. Like, you know, you got like this one right here, I believe is 83rd Street. Let me see. Yep, 83rd Street. But also some of the avenues, like over here, I believe is 23rd. I don't know if we passed 23rd yet. This right here is Avenue S. There's a lot of cars coming off Avenue S today. Look at this. This right here is PS 97. My cousin, I had a cousin that lived over here on 84th Street, which is right to on my left side. I used to come here to play a lot of softball games in the schoolyard. Acupuncture, remedy, and Chinese herbs. Interesting. wonder if it's one of those happy ending places. You could never know. You could never know what you know. You gotta be careful with some of those places. So this right here is all right. So this is 24th. So we haven't even gotten to 23rd Avenue yet. It's 24th Avenue and 81st Street on that side. I always tell the story over here. I believe it was over here. It used to be a deli. They used to sell beer right out of the tap. Maybe it's right where that laundromat is now, or the plumbing supplies. I know it was one of these storefronts over here. High Lawn Avenue. This is High Lawn Avenue right here. But anyway, I was saying, used to like. It was weird because it was like a deli, and the guy had a liquor license. He could serve beer right out of the tap. So you would walk into this deli, and you get a nice big styrofoam cup of Budweiser. If anybody's wondering where Bad Boys Pizza ended up, that's where it ended up. Bad Boys Pizza used to be on 86th Street. They're over here now, on 80th Street, Stillwell. Let me switch my wireless mic back on. Let's see how long it lasts. Let's play a little game here. And what's funny about it is, so the wireless mic is on right now. It says that it has 75% power remaining. And that's all it ever says. It never says anything other than that. It doesn't say 100%, it doesn't say 50%. Every time I turn it on, it says 75%. We're getting to the end of the walk, though, right now. You remember when we did Quentin Road in Sheepshead Bay? Well, this is Quentin Road over here on Stillwell. I guess if you were going to come back the other way, this is where it ends, right here. This is Quentin and 23rd Avenue. So let me tell you guys what I'm doing right now. I'm actually holding the wireless mic in my hand. But I've got it right next to the camera receiver, and it looks like it hasn't lost connection. Kind of proves my point that it's the receiver and not the microphone. I worked in the technology industry for over 25 years, so troubleshooting is in my blood. I never take a definitive answer on face value. I have to test it out. This is what the type of stuff I did. It's not enough when a user comes to me and says, well, it's broke because of A, B, and C. I have to test it out to see. So I'm telling you right now, the microphone is fine. It's definitely the receiver part of the phone. Listen to me, the phone, the camera. We are at the end of the walk anyway, so this is where Stillwell Avenue ends in Bensonhurst. Just as soon as we cross over Avenue P here and we get over to the park. So there's a few major intersections over here that either ends or begin, or whichever way you want to look at it. You have the beginning of Avenue P going into Midwood. You have Bay Parkway crossing in front of us. And you also have Bay Ridge Avenue, 75th Street. That runs into Bay Parkway. And then, like I said, Stillwell Avenue is going to end right here. This right here to my right is Seth Low Park. Now I'm definitely drawing a lot of... I normally don't draw a lot of eyeballs on me when I do these walks, but I am holding the microphone the way I would hold a regular microphone. So people definitely are noticing. But here we are. We are at the end. Stillwell Avenue and Bay Parkway. So I hope that all of you enjoyed the walk, even with our little technical glitches. And yeah, so this is the end of it. So I hope everyone enjoyed the walk, and I will catch everyone on the next one, wherever that may be. But bye-bye from now, from Bay Parkway and Stillwell Avenue and Bay Ridge Parkway. Take care, and bye-bye.